The MotoGP paddock remains shaken after Álex Márquez suffered one of the most terrifying crashes of the 2026 season. And now Gresini Racing has officially confirmed the heartbreaking news many fans feared. The Spanish rider will miss both the Italian Grand Prix at Mugello and the Hungarian Grand Prix following the horrifying Catalunya accident. For supporters around the world, the update feels devastating not only because of the injuries involved, but also because Álex Márquez had been enjoying one of the strongest periods of his MotoGP career before everything changed in a matter of seconds. The emotional crash in Catalunya instantly transformed a championship-focused season into a painful recovery battle that now leaves both the rider and the Gresini team facing an uncertain few weeks ahead. The terrifying accident happened during the chaotic Catalunya Grand Prix after race leader Pedro Acosta reportedly suffered a sudden technical problem on track. Riding extremely close behind at high speed, Álex Márquez had almost no time to react before colliding violently with Acosta's machine. The impact launched Márquez into the air before he crashed heavily through the runoff area in scenes that immediately stunned viewers and commentators worldwide. Within seconds, race officials waved the red flag as medical teams rushed onto the circuit. Debris scattered across the track, while other riders attempted to avoid the wreckage during one of the most frightening moments MotoGP has witnessed in recent years. Fans watching live immediately feared serious injuries because of how violent the crash appeared. Social media exploded with concern as clips of the accident spread online almost instantly. Many supporters admitted they struggled to even watch the replays because of the horrifying way Marquez's Ducati flipped through the air before crashing apart. Hours later, Gresini Racing confirmed the devastating extent of the injuries. According to medical evaluations, Álex Márquez suffered a fracture to the C7 vertebra near his neck, along with a fractured right clavicle requiring surgery. Despite the severity of the accident, one of the biggest reliefs for supporters came after photographs emerged showing Márquez conscious and recovering in hospital. The rider later shared a reassuring update from his hospital bed, thanking fans for their overwhelming support and confirming that recovery had already begun. Still, the physical damage from the crash remains significant. Now, Gresini Racing has officially confirmed that Álex Márquez will miss the next two MotoGP rounds, the Italian Grand Prix at Mugello and the Hungarian Grand Prix at Balaton Park, as he continues recovering from surgery and ongoing medical evaluations. For the team, the absence creates a major competitive blow. Throughout the 2026 season, Álex Márquez had emerged as Gresini's leading rider and one of the most consistent performers on the grid. Several analysts even described him as enjoying the best overall form of his MotoGP career before the Catalunya tragedy interrupted his momentum. The emotional impact surrounding the injury extends far beyond championship standings alone. Inside the MotoGP paddock, the atmosphere reportedly changed completely after the accident. Riders, engineers, and team members who normally focus only on competition suddenly became united by concern for Márquez's health and recovery. Several riders later admitted the Catalunya weekend felt emotionally exhausting because of how serious the situation appeared in real time. Meanwhile, supporters continue praising the rapid response from medical crews and improvements in MotoGP safety protocols that likely helped prevent even more catastrophic consequences from the crash. One of the most emotional aspects of the story has been the visible concern shown by Marc Márquez, Alex's older brother and reigning MotoGP champion. According to people close to the paddock, Marc appeared deeply affected throughout the aftermath while remaining closely involved in updates surrounding Alex's condition. The timing also feels especially cruel for the Márquez family, because Marc himself recently underwent surgeries following injuries sustained during another heavy crash earlier in the season. Many supporters online commented emotionally about how difficult it must feel for the brothers to endure serious injuries almost simultaneously during such a demanding championship campaign. As recovery updates continue emerging, many fans are already asking when Álex Márquez could realistically return to racing. At the moment, however, Gresini Racing appears focused entirely on rehabilitation and medical monitoring, rather than setting immediate comeback deadlines. Doctors reportedly want the fractures to heal properly before discussing any possibility of returning to competition because of the sensitive nature of neck injuries in motorcycle racing. Several medical experts also explained that rushing recovery after such trauma could create far greater long-term risks for riders. For now, the earliest realistic target appears to be the Czech Grand Prix later in June, though even that timeline remains uncertain depending on medical evaluations and rehabilitation progress. Meanwhile, questions continue surrounding whether Gresini Racing will appoint a replacement rider during Marquez's absence. Reports suggest Ducati test rider Michele Pirro could potentially step in if the team decides a substitute is necessary. Outside the paddock, emotional reactions from supporters continue flooding social media every day. Fans are sharing tribute videos, recovery messages, and emotional clips showing Álex Márquez's strongest moments from earlier races this season. Many supporters describe the crash as a painful reminder of just how dangerous MotoGP remains despite modern safety improvements. One emotional supporter wrote online, "Seeing him conscious afterward already felt like a miracle." Another commented, "Championships do not matter right now. Everyone just wants Álex healthy again." Those reactions reflect the broader feeling spreading throughout the MotoGP community since Catalunya. Beyond rivalries, standings, and race results, the horrifying accident reminded everyone how fragile life can become at nearly 360 kilometers per hour. Several riders also criticized aspects of the Catalunya weekend afterward, because the event featured multiple frightening crashes and repeated red flags. Some questioned whether race conditions should have continued after the initial incident because of how chaotic the atmosphere became throughout the race. Still, amid the fear and heartbreak, supporters remain hopeful because of Álex Márquez's fighting mentality and history of resilience throughout his career. Over the years, he repeatedly proved capable of overcoming pressure, criticism, and difficult moments while continuing to grow as one of MotoGP's most respected riders. For Gresini Racing, however, the immediate future now becomes emotionally difficult. Losing their leading rider during consecutive race weekends creates enormous challenges both competitively and emotionally for the entire garage. Team members reportedly remain focused primarily on supporting Marquez's recovery rather than discussing championship consequences publicly. As Mugello and Hungary now approach without Álex Márquez on the grid, supporters say the races simply will not feel the same without one of MotoGP's most passionate and determined competitors. And while the championship battle continues moving forward, many fans believe the most important victory now will simply be seeing Álex Márquez recover fully and eventually return safely to the sport he loves after surviving one of the most terrifying crashes of the modern MotoGP era.